Meaningful compliments begin with genuine observation, and that distinction matters more than most people realize. A compliment that comes from careful attention carries emotional weight because it signals that you are truly present with the other person. Many people confuse compliments with flattery, but flattery is often exaggerated, generic, or delivered with an agenda. It can feel empty because it isn't grounded in real perception. Genuine observation, on the other hand, requires slowing down, noticing details about a person's behavior, values, and personality, and responding to what you actually see. When someone feels accurately seen, it creates a sense of validation and trust that superficial praise simply cannot replicate. At its core, a meaningful compliment is a form of emotional acknowledgement. It tells someone, "I see you, and what I see matters." This kind of recognition satisfies a deep human need to be understood. When a woman receives a compliment that clearly reflects her actions or character, she can sense the difference immediately. For example, a vague statement like "You're amazing, E" might be pleasant, but it doesn't provide information about what specifically is being appreciated. In contrast, a compliment that highlights a concrete observation, such as noticing her thoughtful way of handling a difficult conversation or her creativity in solving a problem, demonstrates attentiveness. It shows that the speaker is engaged, observant, and emotionally invested in the interaction. Genuine observation also prevents compliments from sounding performative. When praise is delivered as a strategy to impress, it often carries subtle pressure. The recipient may feel that the compliment is a tool meant to produce a certain reaction, rather than an authentic expression of appreciation. This can create distance instead of closeness. People are remarkably sensitive to intention. When a compliment is rooted in sincere curiosity and respect, it feels safe and unforced. It becomes part of a natural exchange rather than a transaction. That safety is essential for attraction because emotional comfort allows connection to deepen. Another important aspect of meaningful compliments is specificity. Specific compliments demonstrate that you are paying attention to the person as an individual, not projecting a generic script onto them. Specificity transforms praise from a surface-level remark into a reflection of shared experience. When you refer to something you witnessed, a moment of humor, a display of patience, a unique perspective, you anchor the compliment in reality. This grounding makes the interaction feel personal and memorable. It communicates that the person is not interchangeable with anyone else. They are being appreciated for qualities that are distinctly theirs. Genuine observation also encourages empathy. To notice someone meaningfully, you must step outside your own internal narrative and become curious about their world. This shift in focus fosters emotional intelligence. Instead of concentrating on how to appear impressive, you become interested in understanding the other person's experiences and motivations. That curiosity naturally leads to richer conversations and deeper rapport. Compliments that emerge from empathy carry warmth because they are connected to a desire to understand rather than to persuade. There is also a subtle confidence embedded in offering sincere compliments. When you speak from real observation, you are not scrambling for approval or relying on rehearsed lines. You are responding honestly to what you perceive. This authenticity is attractive because it signals self-assurance and emotional maturity. It suggests that you are comfortable expressing appreciation without exaggeration or pretense. Authentic communication creates a stable foundation for attraction, one built on mutual respect rather than performance. Ultimately, meaningful compliments are less about crafting the perfect words and more about cultivating the habit of paying attention. When you approach interactions with openness and curiosity, compliments arise organically. They become reflections of genuine appreciation rather than attempts to manipulate outcomes. In that environment, attraction grows as a byproduct of feeling seen and valued. Genuine observation transforms compliments into moments of connection, and those moments accumulate into trust, warmth, and emotional closeness. Recognizing someone's resilience is one of the most powerful forms of appreciation because it speaks to their inner strength rather than surface qualities. Resilience is not always loud or obvious. Often it shows up in quiet persistence, in the way someone keeps going despite obstacles, disappointments, or stress. When you acknowledge this quality in a woman, you are recognizing her capacity to adapt endure, and grow. That kind of compliment communicates deep respect. It tells her that you see not just what she achieves, but the effort and courage behind those achievements. Many people move through their daily challenges without receiving acknowledgement for the emotional labor involved. Responsibilities, setbacks, and pressures are often handled privately. When someone notices and names that resilience, it can feel incredibly validating. It reassures her that her struggles are not invisible and that her strength is appreciated. This validation creates emotional intimacy because it touches on experiences that are personal and meaningful. A compliment about resilience is not shallow praise. It is recognition of character. Importantly, recognizing resilience shifts the focus from outcomes to process. Instead of only celebrating success, you are appreciating the journey required to reach it. This distinction matters because life does not always produce perfect results. By complimenting how she navigates challenges, her patience, determination, or problem solving, you affirm qualities that remain valuable regardless of the final outcome. This kind of appreciation encourages a sense of security. She can feel valued for who she is and how she copes, not just for what she accomplishes. There is also a sense of partnership implied in acknowledging resilience. It suggests that you are paying attention to her experiences and that you respect her autonomy. Rather than viewing her as someone who needs to be rescued or protected, you recognize her as capable and resourceful. This perspective fosters equality and mutual respect in a relationship. Attraction often grows in environments where both people feel seen as strong individuals. A compliment that honors resilience reinforces that balance. To express recognition of resilience effectively, it helps to be specific and sincere. General statements about strength can sometimes feel abstract. When you refer to a particular situation, a demanding project she completed, a personal challenge she navigated, or a stressful period she handled with grace, your words gain credibility. Specificity shows that your compliment is grounded in observation, not assumption. It demonstrates that you are attentive to the details of her life and that you appreciate the effort behind her actions. Acknowledging resilience also has an empowering effect. When someone hears that their strength is visible and valued, it can reinforce their own sense of capability. This reinforcement is not about inflating ego. It is about reflecting back a truth that might otherwise go unnoticed. Life can sometimes narrow a person's focus to their shortcomings or worries. A thoughtful compliment about resilience widens that perspective. It reminds her of her capacity to overcome and adapt, which can be deeply encouraging. Another important element is tone. Compliments about resilience should be delivered with warmth and respect, not surprise or disbelief. Expressing admiration in a calm, genuine way communicates that you view her strength as an integral part of who she is. Avoid framing resilience as something unusual or unexpected. Instead, present it as a quality you admire and appreciate consistently. This approach maintains dignity and avoids unintended condescension. Recognizing resilience also opens the door to deeper conversations. When you acknowledge someone's strength, you create space for them to share their experiences if they choose. This exchange can build trust and understanding. It signals that you are someone who values emotional depth and is willing to engage with the complexities of real life. Such conversations strengthen connection because they move beyond surface interactions into meaningful territory. Ultimately, complimenting resilience is an act of respect. It honors the invisible work of coping, adapting, and persisting. When a woman feels that her strength is seen and appreciated, it fosters a sense of partnership and admiration. That recognition nurtures attraction not through grand gestures, but through steady acknowledgement of character. By valuing resilience, you affirm the depth and capability that define her, creating a connection rooted in respect and genuine appreciation. Appreciating someone's intelligence is a deeply affirming compliment because it recognizes a core part of how they engage with the world. Intelligence is not limited to academic achievement or technical skill. It includes curiosity, creativity, emotional insight, and the ability to think critically. When you compliment a woman's intelligence, you are acknowledging her mind as a vital and attractive part of who she is. This kind of recognition communicates that you value substance and depth, not just surface qualities. Many people underestimate how meaningful it is to feel mentally appreciated. This broader perspective prevents compliments from becoming narrow or stereotypical. It celebrates the richness of how she processes and responds to the world. Tone matters significantly when offering this kind of compliment. It should come across as admiration, not surprise. It shows that you are present and engaged in the moments you spend together. Recognizing kindness also reinforces positive values within a relationship. It signals that empathy and compassion are qualities you admire and prioritize. This shared appreciation creates a sense of alignment.